Your document camera can be used in conjunction with your computer to create content for your students, either as instruction, or you can have it record the students' work into your computer as a finished movie. To make this happen, you're going to need a special cable that it came along with the rest of your setup. It's in a bag, looks like your projector came in. There's also a box, and this cable happens to be a USB cord that has the same on both ends as a standard USB. It plugs into a little door hidden on the side of your document camera. So open the flap, and it should be down there on the side, clearly marked USB. Plug that in there, and then plug the other end into your laptop. It may be in your applications folder. If it's not, you can put a work order in our technology work order system on Montgomery County's website. Alright, so when you start the program, make sure that you mute this, otherwise you're going to have a horrible screechy noise. Muting is going to be the way to go. Once you've got it muted, you should see a window that has whatever's on the document camera showing on your screen. Alright, so just place whatever documents or things you want to share with them when you're recording video. It'll record using your computer's microphone and the camera from the document camera. You have the option to be able to record either snapshots, which are individual pictures, a snapshot time-lapse, which gives you a series of pictures. You can record straight up where you start and stop it. You can record for a duration where it controls when it stops, or a time-lapse. Alright, like I said before, you need to make sure that your volume is muted, otherwise it's going to cause a feedback, screechy noise that's going to happen, and you're going to know it quickly. Alright, so one other thing that you may run into when using this is the digitizer menu. There may be two things that show up. The visual presenter is the document camera itself. The USB video class video, that happens to be the webcam that's embedded in my computer. I don't want to switch to that. I already have a computer program that uses that one. So I want to keep it on this, so it's recording what I do here. And now to record something, I have a couple of options. I can, under the record menu, of course, can change the size of the window it saves it as. Recording both video and sound. The video is coming from the document camera. The sound is using my computer's microphone. There are three choices. There's record, which I'll use in a minute. Record does recording until I tell it to stop. Then there's record duration. Record duration, when I use this one, I just click record duration. I tell it how much later I want it to stop, how many hours or minutes or seconds, hit OK, and at that predetermined time, it cuts off. The third option, which is really awesome, is record time-lapse. This one lets me take a time-lapse video, and all I have to tell it is how many pictures, or how often to take a picture, because video is moving pictures, how often to take a picture, how long to record those pictures over, and then how many pictures it's going to take to make 1 second of video. So if I tell it to take a picture once a second for the next hour, well, that's a lot of pictures. It's going to take 30 of those and turn those into 1 second of video, so it won't be as many as you would think, but it is going to be quite a bunch. You can tweak that and change any of these to make the setting be as long as you need to. Notice it gives you the output of this movie is going to be 2 minutes long, so it's going to take an hour's worth of time and condense it to 2 minutes long. But I'm not going to do that right now. Right now I'm just going to do a standard record. So I'm going to click here and click record, and then this record. And it's asking what to call it. I'm going to call it number frames, because that's the thing that's on my document camera. It's going to save it to my desktop. or I could have it saved someplace else like the movies folder, but for right now, just desktop's fine so you can see where it goes. Save, and it tells me the movie is being recorded. Click on the mouse in the window to stop the recording. That means when I'm done, I just click someplace in here with the computer mouse and it stops. So anything that I do over here, it looks a little dodgy right now. If I want to take 5 and 1, that is 5 plus 1 equals 6. Or I can use the 10 frame and it looks like this. 5 and 1 is still 6, but I can tell that I don't have enough to make a whole 10. So again, I can walk through how I'd solve problems, modeling it here, recording that as instruction that I could put on my teacher website. I could have it be used for put it on the student computer so they could just click and watch and hear it over and over and over again as many times as they need. You click there to make that one stop. My movie has been recorded, and I click OK. And here's the movie right here. Just so you can see the playback, I'm going to go ahead and quit the visual presenter so I don't get the crazy screechy noise, and unmute. Here's the video I recorded. And it tells me the movie's being recorded. Click on the mouse in the window to stop the recording. That means when I'm done, I just click someplace in here with the computer mouse and it stops. So anything that I do over here, it looks a little dodgy right now. If I want to take 5 and 1. Okay, notice that when I did the playback, it didn't break up and jump around as much as it was when it was recording, because the computer was doing double duty a second ago. It was recording it and showing it at the same time. So it spent more energy trying to record than trying to show me it was recording. That's why it was kind of jumping around a little bit. It will not jump around a little bit when you do the playback, so it'll look nice and smooth versus kind of cranky. All right, again, when I'm done, if the video's right there, I can just move it to wherever I need to. There may be I need to change it because not everything can watch an MOV file. If I'm putting it on the web, I might want to use a tool such as Handbrake. Handbrake is a tool that I can use if I'm going to put this on the web. I can use it to convert this to something that is more universal. It's going to save it instead of a movie file. It's going to save it as an MP4 file. Remind me later, dude. It's going to save it as an MP4 file that I can put on the web and is immediately viewable by many more devices than just a computer with QuickTime. If I'm loading it to YouTube, if I load it to YouTube because maybe you have a YouTube channel, which is super easy to get, and if you're loading it to YouTube, then YouTube will automatically do the conversion for you. You haven't got to worry about using something like Handbrake. Right, and that is using your document camera to record. Again, a great tool for you to record your instruction for students to see later on, either at home or at their student computers, or for you to have your students record their learning into your computer so you can come back and play back and listen to their thoughts straight from your document camera.